So how you doing? Today we got kind of an experiment for you. So we're going to take Bodie's XL-76. We are going to compare it. We're going to start out with the factory muffler. I'm going to lean it out just a little bit because it's a little fat right now. So we're going to lean out a little bit. And I made the chain extremely aggressive. Pretty extreme. So you're gonna see, you might see some chatter going on here because of that chain. Rakers are at like 35, and the tooth itself is all sorts of aggressive. So, you know, she might be a little bit much. But this is typically how I run these chains whenever I go to compete with this saw, this type of saw. So it is very aggressive. You cannot bore cut with this chain, unless you want to cut your head off. So don't do it. It's pretty nasty or gnarly or however you want to explain it. But we're going to take it with the stock muffler, and then we are going to throw a stack muffler on. We're not going to do any tuning adjustments. We're just going to see how it compares the two mufflers and see if it changes the performance. You know what I mean? Now, I can tell you the tune is more difficult with a stack. These saws do not like a muffler that's that free-flowing, especially on the idle. If you got a muffler that's very opened up, you'll probably have, you know, a little bit more of a finicky tune at idle. So that's kind of a general thing across a lot of saws, especially these old reed ones. You know, they just don't like it. They like to have some back pressure, if you know what I mean. And this thing here has pretty much none. So it's going to be interesting results. We're going to make some cuts on an oak that's been dead, down, dried up, and it's checking and everything. So it's about as dry as it comes. And we basically got the same deal on an ash. Extremely hard woods. So, you know, we're going to see how it does. I'm kind of curious to see about how the chain performs, as well as the saw itself with these this muffler swap. Okay, I'll give you my opinion of this afterwards, and then you tell me what you think in the video, because I still don't know which is faster, just a factory muffler or a stack muffler, and I want to know. I want to find out for certain which one is actually going to run better, or should I say perform better. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm going to throw up a side-by-side here, and it's going to be the last cut on the chain before the muffler swap. So I'll do the last cuts that I made on each wood versus the first cuts I made with the stack. That way there was fewer cuts between the muffler swap, you know what I mean? So that's going to be the comparison. Alrighty? So I'm doing the edit right now, and I just wanted to toss a little message in here. So you noticed how it was a little bit faster after one cut, but after two cuts, it was a little bit more, like a little further ahead. That adds up the more cuts you get through. So think about it in a competition situation. A little bit on one cut, a little bit more in two cuts, and even more on three cuts. So a stacked muffler is definitely the better option in a racing situation for this type of saw. I needed to find that out, and now we know. All right, so in the cut, like me, right now, I can't tell you which one's faster, if there was any difference at all, or any noticeable difference. In fact, the only noticeable difference I did check, or I did see, was the chain. So the chain was pretty aggressive, and it lost its edge pretty fast in this really hard stuff. I mean, it's still cutting great, but for the first 4 or 5 cuts, it seemed to be a lot more, I shouldn't say a lot, but like I could feel it a little bit more. So it's definitely one of those things to consider. The first 4 or 5 cuts might be the fastest out of it, but after that, especially in this real hard stuff, you're going to start losing your edge. Now in softwoods, which is, you know, for performing and stuff, yeah, this might be a better solution, because it really takes a chunk out of this. I mean, if you're used to seeing the chips on the if you're used to seeing your chip sizes on the really dead woods like this, this is a decent chip here. Here, let me show you. So yeah, those are decent chips on some pretty hard wood. You know what I mean? She's doing it. I can feel it though. I can definitely feel it. I can definitely feel the chain. She's pulling like a freight train, I'm telling you. The torque of like a 70cc saw or so is about how hard I have it pulling right now. So just kind of keep that in mind. It's going to take a lot to make this saw die in the cut, if you know what I mean. They call it stuffing the saw. You know, basically dogging in until it just dies out in the cut. So yeah, should be interesting to see the results. I can't wait to get this video edited. So hey, we'll catch you on the next one. Later.